like to travel.
Really?
Yeah, and they also apparently are always friends with their lovers.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Is that true of your former husband?
No.
No. Because he was Sagittarius, wasn't
Yes, that's right. I don't know. He's like kind of a grumpy guy, and I don't think he has a lot of friends.
he? He does have a lot of friends? No, okay. Well, I don't have a lot of friends either. I'm not
But is it
saying
friends with lovers? Friends with ex-lovers or
no,
lovers?
like he can't be like so. I don't know. When somebody told me that, I was like, of course. What other way can you do? Like, I guess some people can have relationships and affairs with people they don't really like.
Yeah, that actually, people do talk about romantic relationships and like it being their best friend,
Not their best friend, but like friends.
or like people who are married, like it's their best friend.
My best friend, my partner in crime. Um, I do. Well, I'm just. I've always have to be the friends with the person I'm seeing. At least I have to try to be. That's sort of like the point, in my opinion. I have no idea what we're going to do with this. This is going to be interesting. I appreciate your being this test case.
Oh, sure.
Notice I'm not asking for your name
Oh yeah.
or
Thank
your
you,
social
thank
security
you.
number
Yes, thank you.
or your bank code numbers.
Nothing identifiable.
Right.
Yeah, I've been
Except your
told
voice.
Libras are, although Libra is a clue
Libra is a clue?
as to who I am.
Oh, really?
It's my birthday.
What's your birthday?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, that's right. Okay, fair enough.
No, I could tell you.
No, you don't have to tell me. No, it's fine. I don't want to be stalking you, chasing you down.
Well, my birthday is coming up, so
Oh, that's important to know. A birthday's a big deal for you?
birthdays. I feel like birthdays should be celebrated, not like it's a big deal. But some people hate their birthdays, which I
Oh.
think is
Also
kind of,
weird?
kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Like birthdays are, a day to celebrate you. Friends can celebrate you. Some people do birthday week,
Weeks, months.
birthday month. Could even do a birthday quarter. That's stretching it.
Yeah, it's really stretching it.
But yeah, I mean, it's like you go out, you eat, you have cake, dessert. That's the best part.
You have a very sculptural face, especially around your eyes. There's just all these interesting planes. Not airplanes.
Oh, so I was gonna say Libras are meant to be like about balancing things,
Ah.
even keel. I don't know if I'm making that up. Also, I don't like conflict.
Oh, yeah?
I'm trying to embrace it more, though.
But you say that when you get angry, you get really angry.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true. Like I kind of lose my shit when I get angry.
Right, we don't want that to happen. I'm not good with, like, anger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't do it well.
like it freaks you out.
It really freaks me out. Because I had a mother who screamed all the fucking time. She enraged, as they say.
So quiet anger is okay.
No, that's what I had from my ex-wife. It's so weird that I have an ex-wife. Like, how the fuck did I get to the age where I have an ex-wife?
I mean, you had an ex-wife a while back.
And I
How
know
many years?
officially 2018. That's when we officially got divorced. But we separated 2014.
So yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. She's a lovely woman. In case you're listening to this, dear. One of my fantasies is to draw Bill Clinton.
Why?
I don't know why. I think it's because,
Is he interesting looking?
well, like, these photographs that Martin Scholler, who's this photographer, did. He does these photographs where the camera's really close to the face, and there's a really shallow depth of field, so like the eyes are in focus, but everything else is out of focus.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool, and I don't know, something about that. I remember Martin Scholler did photographs that were in the New Yorker, I think, of Clinton. I just thought, I want to do that. I'm going to like do Clinton's portrait. I would do Hillary too, but I'm thinking more Bill.
Why?
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like you're a big fan of Hillary's.
I'm not a fan of Hillary's. I voted for her. I saw her speak once in person at the State Department. I was there on a work visit.
Why?
I was working for this company that was helping design the Diplomacy Center, which was a museum of diplomacy at the State Department, which feels like a bit of a ruse. But then again, it is Washington D.C., so it was like the world of museums. It didn't seem like a museum I would want to go to. But then again, maybe they got a better content coordinator in or something, a content developer.
Yeah, a museum about diplomacy doesn't seem very interesting. I feel like going to like a spy museum would be better.
Spy museum? Apparently the
There is
Batman
Oh.
spy, there's like a spy Batman thing in Times Square. Not in Times Square, but like
Yeah.
something, and I've heard really good things about it. And
Good for kids, you mean?
I don't know, a woman that I know worked on it, so
Oh, I think you mentioned this before.
yeah. I only like tangentially know her, and I know her on Facebook, which is how I know that she did it, because she posted something about it, the good reviews it was getting, which is what Facebook is for, not LinkedIn. So if I do like 8 of these portraits of you, you can pick your favorite 4 and we can print them out and have them framed. You'd have a little altar to yourself.
To replace the one that I already have.
Right. Do you have an altar to yourself?
Like how for a second you were like,
I was
wait,
like,
what?
What? Have I seen that?
didn't
Have
see
you
it?
showed that to me?
It's very small.
Did you really have one or no?
No, I don't.
You know the word gullible is not in the dictionary, right?
I mean, sometimes you're very deadpan, and I can't tell if you're kidding or not.
No, I mean, I plan to be deadpan. That's the whole point.
I think it's funny that you think that I could have a tiny altar to myself.
One more time, what?
I think it's funny that you think that I could have a tiny altar for myself.
You don't seem like the kind who would, but you never know. So I'm trying this new technique out with you where I don't use so many, I use less lines and I use more tone. So we'll see if it works for you, if it works at all or not. I think you should be able to do it all with lines, but it just unfortunately winds up with like young women's faces covered with lines, which does not look good. No one's going to want to listen to this.
I'm sorry.
No one's going to want to listen to this conversation.
It's an interesting idea.
What's that?
I mean, listening,
Oh,
the audio
yeah.
component.
I mean, the idea is interesting. I don't know if the actual experience of it is that interesting. Although there's plenty of art that I walk in the gallery and go, wow, If I had 2 days, I'd spend here reading this, but I don't have 2 days, and nor do I want to spend 2 of my days of my time engaged with this. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Subhashini has asked me to do 8 of hers. I told you that, right? Well, she wants me to do 4, and then she wants me to frame them. But I need to do like 8 in order to get her enough. She wants to pay me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, except I don't want to get paid.
Why not?
Not by her. Because I like her. I mean, I like her as a friend. I don't need to... I mean, Bill Clinton... Actually, I would do Bill Clinton for free. I would do Bill Clinton for free. You hear that? Who else would I do? I would do Trump if I had to. Like, I mean, like, if Obama did, if Obama did, got total fantasy, total James fantasy. And let's just say I drew Bill Clinton, then Barack Obama saw it and said, hey, I like that. I'll fly out to Chicago. And then Trump's like, well, I was president too. I would do it just for the sake of doing it.
I don't think you'd be able to be with him for
I don't know.
the amount of time required.
It'd be worth it for the stories alone.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Is this kind of light good?
What's that?
Is this kind of light good?
Well, it's even, which is good because strong light has shadows, which then make you look like you're holding a flashlight up to your face. You know, that old Halloween ruse. I want to ask you questions about your private life, but I'm not going to. There are some questions I have to ask you, but not on tape.
Now I'm just curious.
Well, I'll tell you later when it comes off. We have to keep this family rated,
Yes,
family friendly.
agreed.
Does YouTube screen videos for that? For like
I mean, they have
cuss
people.
words?
Oh no, I don't think cuss words.
They certainly don't, because Etienne watches all these gamers who like swear out a storm.
Actually, Gabriel watches gamers, but they're very careful not to swear. This particular YouTuber,
Huh.
which I appreciate.
That's nice. Who is he?
I have no idea, but he says, I don't know if he says like freaking or something. I don't know. He has a lot of
Weird.
replacement
Right.
swears.
Yeah, it's a little... I feel like I'm a really poor parent when I listen to some of the things I let my kid listen to on YouTube.
You know, my kids are listening to Ariana Grande, so
On YouTube?
no, just the music.
I
There's
wanna
a lot
fuck you just like you fuck me.
Yes, basically.
Basically. All night
But
long.
they know that word is bad. Even when
Bad?
I say like damn,
Uh-huh.
I catch some flack for that. So
You get points for that? Or you
I
get...
catch flack for that.
Oh, you catch like free.
Yeah.
That's because they go to church.
No, even before they went to church.
Interesting. I was supposed to put the tone and the lines on a different layer, but I didn't. I put them all on the same layer, so...
What software are you using?
Procreate. Or Procreate. Depending on how you want to say it. So are you in touch with any of your old boyfriends?
No.
Just curious. None? I used to have photographs of all my old girlfriends, but then they got burned. With Janice,
The
sister-in-law.
She actually burned them?
No. I mean, she gave permission to the guy she was giving the house to burn them, to just get rid of them, just clear out the house. And so they were down in the basement. So I lost those pictures. Oh well, silly me. That's what I get.
I know, when you're leaving stuff at someone else's house.
Yeah, you're at their mercy.
Do you ever have an idea that you would want to get your stuff back, the stuff in France?
One day I'll get it back. It's not so crucial. I have a couple paintings there that maybe one day. I've got a couple,
That you've done?
yeah, that I'd like to show on one day in my fantasy of being an artist. And
How long does each portrait usually take?
like 20 minutes, half hour. We should time it. Have we timed it? No, we didn't time it. Oh, we'll know how much
Yeah.
because of the time elapsed on the thing. Are you asking me questions to help
What?
future people? So, how long does it take, James? And do you get a copy of it? Will I get a copy?
How does this work, James?
Right,
Tell
how
us
does it-
all about it.
Right. Normally, I ask people like, "Tell me about yourself, where you're from," that sort of stuff. But I know all that stuff from you. I don't know all of it, but this is a new technique we're trying here. So, if it looks like shit, that's why. You got to wonder, like, what sort of shit did Warhol say when he was like making films of people? I know that's being presumptuous, but
It was interesting watching that Warhol Diaries.
did you watch all of it?
Yeah, there's a lot of footage.
Did you see the like the part with the Velvet Underground?
No, I don't remember that.
I watched the Velvet Underground movie that Tom Haynes made.
Was it good?
It was very he's like a high artist. Because I guess Warhol used to do a lot of films that were like split screen, or like Chelsea Girls is like maybe 4 different films being played at the same time. And because that was pre-computerized synchronizing, so they always went out of sync. So a lot of the film resembles that. So that there's like 2 or 3 screens playing at the same time, or like one thing is playing on top of something else. So it's a very, there's a lot of things going on. So it's not like a straight narrative in that, like, sort of.
It was meant to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to really work at it really hard to make it that way, so. I started watching that at 10. I didn't finish it. I'd like to finish it. The Warhol stuff. My niece lives in Hazelwood, down by where Warhol was born and raised. I think I told you that already.
Yeah. Or I think you said it was near where you grew up.
No, I grew up in the suburbs.
Oh. We talked about the neighborhoods for some reason.
Did you show anybody the last one I did of you?
No.
Did you even take a copy?
Did you email it to me?
I must have.
I should show it.
It's the way I swing. The way I roll.
It's a good idea.
Put on as your Facebook avatar.
Yeah, right now it's my kids.
Right. But it's not cool to live for your kids.
Could learn a lot from you.
No, I can't. I wouldn't learn good. Yeah. One day I'll see you with your kids, probably 2 years from now, maybe. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
There's a video of me with my kids.
On YouTube?
No, I just have it on my phone. I'm actually not very good at recording us, but I always forget. I forget to document in general.
That's because you're in the moment, man. Mm-hmm. It was my duty for the first 5 years of Etienne's life to document it. So
did you guys have an Instagram account for him, or
no? I had a photo bucket account.
Okay.
So everybody knew to look at the photo bucket thing. Then photo bucket like closed down and started charging, so I stopped using them.
Did they get bought by somebody? We used to put everything on Flickr.
Really? Yeah, I had a bunch of Flickr accounts still.
I was actually going through it recently.
And your Flickr accounts?
My ex.
Oh, your ex. Mm-hmm. Your ex's Flickr accounts.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of our photos are up there.
Right.
And at some point, the hard drive for our computer failed and it wasn't backed up, so there's a lot of photos on there.
Uh-oh.
Not that anyone ever really looks at their old photos, so.
No one what?
No one looks at their old photos. You just take like 80 gajillion photos.
Right. Maybe when you get older, you will.
I mean, also if they're not edited, it makes it hard.
Yeah.
You've just got buckets of files.
Buckets of joy, buckets of rain. I made a book. I told you I made a book of Etienne.
You did?
From like 10,000 photos I made for his first 5 years. I cut them down. Actually, his first 10 years. I have his first 10 years documented, and I cut it into like 150 photos.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you next time you're at my house. Buckets of rain, buckets of joy. I had a guy I was drawing last weekend who I would have loved to have recorded. He was really vociferous in his thoughts and feelings.
That's great.
Yeah, well, I didn't record them though because I didn't have my equipment yet. But I don't think he would have agreed to anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people share that in an unguarded way.
Right.
Do you like the way you sound on a recording?
I don't know. I haven't heard myself yet.
You've never...
I did a test. No, I don't like the way I sound. No one likes the way they sound, right? Mm. That's just a fact.
My butt's starting to hurt.
What? Your butt is starting to hurt?
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll just do this. Okay.
Thank you. There's going to be an art show at work because they have a little case in. I told you this, right?
No, I don't know.
They have a little case where they have little staff art shows.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's sweet. Ivar is the guy who
did he come up
curates it, comes up with the idea, curates it. He's nice. They clean the case out, they refurbish it, they solicit selections.
That's awesome.
They install them.
They did that at my last job.
Oh yeah?
They hung artwork, like they had everything professionally framed.
Wow.
It was nice.
You work at those, Tony. Really.
You know, it's one of those things where they're very, very stingy about the important things.
Like salary?
Right. Getting enough people to do the work and
That's a
hiring
problem.
freelancers. But
They'll do a framed show.
yeah, that's it. That's from the culture budget. So
The culture budget. Oh, so they have different sort of buckets.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there somewhere like with companies you can sort of start, like there's a certain time of the year where like you need to spend your money?
Probably. That would happen with clients too.
As with clients?
They're like, if you don't spend the amount of money you were trying to spend with them, they won't get the same amount next year.
Oh, right.
I wonder if this place gets super cold in the winter.
I think that's a factor of insulation, right?
Mm-hmm. So do people shift around a lot while they're posing?
Depends. Some people move their head all the time, so it's like impossible to draw them. You're pretty good. I mean, you've been still the entire time. Even when your butt was hurting. So what do you think about this guy, Trump's man, who got arrested for, I mean, he got...
From the Trump organization?
Yeah, he got like 13 counts of embezzling and hiding and shit like that.
I feel like every time something like that is in the news, it's like one more chess piece, chess pawn, but it's somehow the king, the queen never seems to fall. I don't know, I feel like things are getting a little bit closer though.
One can only hope. If he did take nuclear secrets, that was what everyone was excited about. The idea that he somehow took nuclear secrets and had them in Mar-a-Lago.
It's very strange that he decided, like, that's so him, that he would take
Just 'cause he
files.
can.
Just, he's like, they're mine, you know. It's like, oh, but you're not the... He's like, I made them not classified.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
You can't do that.
And they were like, there's no documentation of you ever having done that. I think it's, you know, he said like a fairy prayer and made them not classified.
This drawing's no good.
Do you always say that about your drawing?
I always say that about every drawing I do, and it's true. Every drawing is no good because they pale in comparison to the reality. It's just the truth. Ruth.
I mean, the whole point is that it's not the reality. It's through your eyes, your interpretation.
But I'm always trying to capture the beauty and the liveliness of a person.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Vietnam word. They use that word a lot, lively.
Yeah? What, in the
Like
in the
your
project?
design is not very lively.
You're like, do you want me to put some hearts on it?
Well, they also, I was told that I need to be more forceful. Like I need to sort of like come up with designs and fight for them. And you know, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, you know, you guys are going to have an opinion anyhow, so just tell me the opinion up front and we can work with that. I have ideas and I use them, but like, I don't know. They were very adamant that I must come up with ideas. I come up with ideas, plenty of ideas. Don't get me wrong. It's a problem is having the tone and the lines on the same layer.
Oh, uh-huh.
Can you imagine like having like Matisse, having recordings of Matisse painting? That would be cool, right?
What if they were not interesting?
You think this is interesting?
This is what I'm saying. You're saying it would be so cool.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't say anything to her. Can you move your left breast, please? Can you lift that up a little bit?
Kind of. That's what I'm imagining.
Or has he moved into love then?
What?
Yeah, I wonder how many artists had affairs with their. I mean, didn't Gauguin?
I mean, I'm sure